I got it.
How many times do they spend on watching streaming services?
Right?
You
Hey,
know?
hey, you think this is long? Wait until the Batman comes out. 3 hours, baby.
Woo!
Buckle up. The runtime is 3 hours. Woo! Okay, Patterson, you
Guess
better.
who's not seeing it in the theater?
Those. She's like, who has two thumbs and not gonna see the Batman in the theaters?
Oh, 3 hour movie. I'm gonna have to pee twice. There's no way. I miss stuff. They're not pausing it for me to go.
You
to
know
the
what?
bathroom.
That's a good question. How about let me ask that question. What is your movie rituals? When I go to the movie, I sit down, I find my seat, and I let the trailers go by. 9 times out of 10, there's a trailer or two that I've already seen on YouTube. So when that trailer comes up, I try to go to the bathroom like right up to that last or that very last trailer. I want to get it all out before the movie starts. And when I sit back down, I don't even drink out of my cup. I get a drink, but I don't start drinking until like 30 minutes in. Mm-hmm. And because I want to make sure that I'm never gonna get up. That's one of my movie rituals. What about you? You got a movie ritual?
Well, for me, like I usually, if I'm like let's say, for instance, Avengers and Endgame.
Okay.
3 hour movie. I went to the bathroom when I was at home, drove to the theater, went again, and then sat through the previews. So I was like, okay, I think it'll be good. So, I usually just like drink water, then go to the bathroom, then don't drink anything for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Then like towards the end, okay, it's approaching 3 hour mark. I'll start, drinking, staying hydrated again because you've been in theater for like 2 hours, and you need to stay hydrated. And so, but basically, I just but anytime you go to the theater, like within like about a month or two, they always play the same trailers, for about 2 months and before movies,
right?
Unless something new comes out. But that's not me. I usually don't. I've seen trailers. Oh, I've seen the shows already. You can go get your food, go get ready. If it's me a long movie, go to the bathroom beforehand, where you won't be distracted during the movie.
Okay.
And so that's how you can for those long movies. That's how you do it. You're right before the movie starts. Run to the bathroom.
What about you, Sarah? What's your movie ritual?
So my movie rituals when I go to the movies is about the same as when I travel. For about an hour or two beforehand, I don't drink anything because I can't drink liquids. It goes right through me. I have to pee, so I don't even get a drink at the theater. So I'll go to the bathroom before I leave the house because public restrooms are gross, so I don't do that if I don't have to. And then I'll just go and I'll watch the whole movie, and as long as I don't drink anything, I'm fine. And then afterwards, I chug like 3 glasses of water.
Right.
It's fine.
Before I move on to the last time, anybody got any like rules? I have broken. When I was single and dating, I have broken up with people based on their movie going etiquette. You talk to I can take asking a question but if you're constantly, who is that guy? I thought they were friends. I'm like, especially when it's those questions where the answer that you're asking me is coming if you just listen.
Right.
Oh no, is anybody as petty as me? Has anybody ever broken?
I think it depends on the kind of movie.
What, you
like
said,
if we're talking about a horror movie where you're gonna jump and it's a nice date movie where you're gonna like grab each other and maybe have conversation, but you don't go on a date with somebody that you don't know well to the movies. Right there, that's your mistake because you want to talk to that person. You're basically sitting next to them for 90 minutes or 2 hours and you don't say anything.
I'll tell you why I disagree with that real quick. But what do you think? Have you ever had any movie rules that were broken? That
so like anytime I'm in a relationship, I'm like, if it all depends on like if we want to be talking throughout our date, we're gonna like go to a restaurant. Like if we're feeling we're gonna be like in the mood where we're gonna like zone out, we're not in talkative mood, we'll go watch a movie.
Right.
So like, but anytime like that, any girlfriend I've been with, I've talked about that. Like if we're gonna be in a talking mood, let's not watch a movie because we're gonna be wanting to talk to each other. But anytime for movies, don't talk to me, especially if it's Marvel. Like when I'm in a theater watching Marvel, you're number 2. Sorry.
Wow.
So if I'm watching
don't
Marvel
talk
movie,
to me.
Yes. If it's Marvel or any other movie I really have a lot of interest in, like I want to be focused 100% on the movie. If you have questions, wait till the end. You should.
If you have questions, respectfully shut up.
Yes. Or you shouldn't, seen these other movies beforehand, or just leave questions till the very end of the movie after the credits.
See,
and so yeah,
I agree. Now, when I was saying earlier about, you're saying that if you want to get to know somebody, don't take them to the movie.
Oh,
That's
no.
true. That is true.
Yes.
But that whole concept of dinner and a movie, I say reverse that. Go to a movie and then go to dinner, because then you'll have something that you just experienced together to really talk about as y'all are getting to know each other. Movie and a dinner. But that's just my rule. If you're a movie guy like me and movies are important to you, a movie date, I gotta know how your etiquette is. So movie and a dinner, and at dinner you're getting to know each other. You got something in common. We just saw this good movie or this terrible movie. Y'all can talk about that. It's an icebreaker. That's just what. Is that not a date that you would go on? Like, hey Sarah, let's go. This is our first date. Movie and a dinner.
No, because I can tell 15 minutes into meeting a person whether or not I want to hang out with them for longer.
Right.
So first date, I generally will do like a drink or something like that.
So like you said, we have to summer in the
one drink
in the
politely with somebody, and if they basically show their ass to you on that, within that 15 minutes you're having a drink with them, or 30 minutes, you politely stay till the end of the drink and then you excuse yourself. So you don't make a commitment to spend 5 hours with somebody on a first date, because they could be crazy. You don't know.
But you're in public.
Oh my gosh. I've got some, I've had a horrible, you want to hear do we have time for a horrible dating experience?
Let's go.
Okay. So when I first started using the dating apps, and I tell this story to everybody because this is why I have a different protocol now. I met this lovely young man and we chatted.
He was 19.
I liked his photos. He was cute. He was about my age. I agreed to meet him for coffee. I go to meet him for coffee, and we talked on the phone even, we talked on the phone, chatted for like a week before we met. And I went to meet him, and I'm standing outside of Starbucks, and I message him, hey, I'm here. And he goes, oh, I see you. And then I turn around and I don't see him anywhere. And I see this much older man start waving at me. And he comes over and he goes, wow, I'm surprised you look like your pictures. And I'm sitting there flabbergasted because I'm like, who is this person?
Who the hell are you?
Crazy. And I go, wow, you are not what I expected. I'm trying to be polite right now because I'm thinking, is he going to murder me? What is this? What kind of situation have I got myself in? And he goes, oh yeah, just openly admits those are his son's pictures, and they just look so much alike, and he takes so many more pictures of himself.
Wow.
And he just used his. And I was polite. I was like, well, I can definitely tell you're related, but it's kind of obvious that he's, younger than you. And he gets mad at me like a crazy person and says that he continues to object and say that they look exactly alike. And he's very fake tanned, very white teeth, dyed hair, he's put a lot of effort into himself to try to look younger. But I mean, you can't. Everybody looks their age eventually, and that's not something you can fight, really. And then he turns it around and gets mad at me and starts saying, well, don't you know, people who date on the internet and use these apps don't use their real photos, da, 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 da. And then he went into this story about his ex-girlfriend used her niece's photos. And then I said, being the smart ass that I am, I go, how did you recognize each other when you met? He got mad. And I obviously went, okay, man. And his son didn't know that he was using his photos, he admitted, as the conversation went on, because at this point it's just like watching a car wreck. I just had to know what would possess a person to do this.
Long story short, she's been dating the son for like 3 weeks now.
No, that was a few years ago. I politely walked away. Now I video chat with anyone that I meet on an app. Safety protocols. You gotta watch out for yourself.
Major question. So, I don't mean to be I don't mean to be a detective here, but
do it.
How old was his son? That's the same question you were going to ask. Yeah. How old was his son?
So I don't know his son's real age, but the age that he used was a year older than me. So it was 34 at the time.
Oh, so his son was in his 30s. So the guy you were dating was supposed to be what, 50 something?
He listed his age as 34.
Wow. So,
So
you
he
thought you were
was
about to go on a date with a
obviously-
34-year-old and
I
a
did, and that's
70-year-old
why I
guy
didn't-
showed up.
Yeah, he was like in his 60s, maybe.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that answers it. Because I
So-
swear to God, I thought
But I look like my son.
we were in a situation where
He said they were basically
Josh.
twins, and I said, no, you're not.
no, yeah, 30 years ago, sir.
No. Like, I can tell that you're related, but you're clearly
Back in
clearly his
1985,
dad.
this is how I
Yeah.
looked.
No,
Wow.
but you can imagine that could have been a very scary situation, you know.
So Sarah just
So you have to
looked
be
around and
careful.
screamed, "I need an adult! I need an adult!"
No, I didn't move. Like, I was standing there and I would step back from him a little bit because it was wild. I
Wow,
couldn't
there you
believe it.
go. There you go. That's we're gonna. There's so much to unpack. But
I think
It
it happened to
is.
somebody.
A lot.
I
You
have a
said-
story because back when I was doing Uber, so I picked up this lady from around what was it, Vintage Park, 249, and she's like, "Oh, I just need to be driven back to my car," and as we're driving back to where she parked, where she met the guy earlier that night, she's talking to me. You know, she's like a very talkative person, so like I am too. So we were just talking the whole drive. All of a sudden, she looks out the window. I was like, "Oh my God, this dude's following us!" Like the dude who I was trying to get away from. I'm like, "Are you serious?" And so we we're pulling the parking lot where she's parked, but he's still following us. But then I drove by a cop car, so he like bailed off. But then we go back to her car. He's out there parked by her car, waiting for her, and wanting her to get out of the car. And so basically, she describes to me she tried to open my car door too to get to her, and my door was locked, and I just sped off. I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna leave you here. I'm taking you to your house." She said, "Okay, that's fine." And so I'll come get my car tomorrow. And so then she told me like, "Oh yeah, it was fine at first. We were meshing, they were connecting and all that, but then he got kind of weird as night went on. That's why she called an Uber to go back to her car. But then he saw her do it, so followed out to my car and then got to his truck and started following us back to where they met. And so he knew where to go since they met at this other bar. And then he drove them to the second bar. And I was like, wow, this is very
And you were the
creepy. I was just the Uber driver, and she told me everything.
That's why I never wanted
And
to
that's
do.
a common occurrence. Like, unfortunately, that's a common occurrence for women.
And so I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna
I've
leave you here because I'm
similar
trying to clearly
stories.
get back to you and get you out of my car." And so I just sped off. Said, "Yeah, we're just gonna take you to your house."
Wow.
And so then she messaged me, and I was like, "Are you okay?" Like, and then like, "Yeah, I didn't get my car and all that kind of stuff." And so, because I would hand out business cards at the time, and with all my information on it, if they want to use me again. And so she messaged me, and I was like, "Are you okay?
That's
Did
what
you
she
get everything
said.
figured out?" What?
I said, that's what she said. Use me again.
Yeah, so that was
Sorry.
basically. I've seen it
I
happen
apologize,
to a lady before.
You would think that the two guys sitting here,
Right,
you
would've
wouldn't
said
think Sarah would be the one with the "that's what she said" jokes, but
It was Sarah.
lo and behold.
yeah.
Well, since we're sharing these amazing things that happened to us on these dates, one time I was with this girl and she invited another girl to join us, and we all had, did the three-way. So we all shared a great story. I thought we were sharing.
Our stories weren't great.
I thought we were sharing.
Our stories weren't
No.
great. We've seen people.
I thought we were sharing these not great, but these fantastic, unbelievable stories. What? I thought
It is
I thought
unbelievable.
I thought
Chris.
this was a safe space.
Chris, you're right about one thing, buddy. It is
Oh, yeah.
unbelievable.
Move their publicists.
Exactly.
So till next time, guys.
Yeah. Spicy.